Hello, and we're the Flying Squirrels. Welcome to today's special on relationship satisfaction and how to achieve it through constructive conflict. Today, we're going to define constructive conflict first, and then we're going to tell you how to go about using constructive conflict within your own relationships. First off, constructive conflict benefits the relationship as a whole. It is not something that couples use to avoid conflict. Rather, it is something that couples use to manage the conflict within their own relationship. It has been found that in conflict, the use of direct strategies, the strategies that we will be discussing with you, are related positively to relationship satisfaction. So when used correctly, constructive conflict meets the individual needs and wants, but also furthers the relationship as a system. The strategies that you will be hearing of us speaking are listening, fair fighting, and managing the physical environment. My name is Courtney.
My name is Serge Nyala.
My name is Jade.
My name is Emily.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm going to talk about listening. The important thing to constructive conflict is in good listening behavior. Listening is an important communication to deal with the conflict. When you listen, you do not make a remark, you do not judge somebody, just listen. Don't say, "Are you angry?" Ask the person to repeat the point. This one can be helpful. In the conflict, some partner can come again on the issue. That make the partner in front of him to be sensitive of what's happened. We listen to understand. We listen to enjoyment. And we listen to learn. When we listen, you need to pay attention. Show that you are listening. Provide a feedback. Defer judgment and respond appropriately. Let me recapitalize all this. Prepare yourself to listen. Put the speaker at ease. Remove a distraction. Emphasize. Be patient. Avoid personal prejudice. Listen to the tongue. Listen for idea, not just words. Wait and watch for non-verbal communication. My name is Serge, and I'm going to get back to
Jade, and I'm going to be talking about fair fighting, which is the second important strategy for constructive conflict. Fair fighting requires that every member commits to focusing only on the present conflict. They also must give all participants equal time to speak and to be heard. All parties should avoid cross-complaining, trading hurtful remarks like name-calling or spreading blame. Members should use their time to discuss what they think the root of the conflict is. They should shoulder the responsibility for their own role in causing the argument rather than pointing fingers. The conflict should never become physical in any way, and nonverbal communication should be monitored to ensure that all parties are not sending mixed messages. Taking a break to let emotions settle can be very helpful in keeping the fight fair, especially if your anger is interfering with your ability to listen to the other party. In conclusion, make sure that the advantages of fighting exceed the costs. It can be difficult to control the situation, especially when emotions are charged, but unfair tactics are deconstructive and often spiral out of control. Pick your battles carefully, and if you must fight, do it fairly.
So the third aspect of constructive criticism is managing the physical space. Managing this physical space is important because it can either cause the situation to escalate or cause the situation to remain calm. It's important to choose an environment where the two conflicting individuals are seated directly across from each other, as this allows them to maintain eye contact and allows them less chance of verbal and nonverbal messages to be misinterpreted. It also is important to choose a quiet environment, as this allows for less distractions and other related problems, and allows the two conflicting individuals to come to a constructive resolution in an easier way. An example of this might be a couple who is at a restaurant and start discussing a conflict, and they decide to stop the discussion and have it at home in a more controlled environment. Another example of this might be a teen and a parent who are having a discussion about a conflict in the teen's room and decide to have it in a more neutral environment, such as the living room, as the conflict discussion was leading to other arguments about the messy room. These are only a few examples of how to manage the physical space when addressing conflict, and there are many other ways this can be done. It's important to consider managing the environment when addressing conflict in any relationship that you have.
To wrap things up, there are 3 key parts of constructive conflict. They include practicing listening, fair fighting, and being able to manage the physical environment around you. In review, here are 9 key ways to successfully approach conflict management. First, a communication exchange takes place in which each participant has equal time to express their own view. Second, feelings are brought out appropriately. Third, listen with empathy and without constant interruptions. Fourth, keep conflict focused on the issue at hand and don't get sidetracked. Fifth, respect differences in one another's opinions, values, and wishes. Sixth, members should believe solutions are possible and development will take place. Seventh, some semblance of rules has evolved from past conflicts. Eighth, members have experience with problem solving as a process to settle differences. And finally, little power or control is exercised by members involved over the actions of others. Hopefully you have learned a lot about strategies for managing constructive conflict, and hopefully you have a nice day.